Hi everyone, and in this video I'm going to do a focus motor noise test on the brand new Canon RF 16mm f2.8. That's what we're going to do, and we're going to do it right now. Hey friends, how you doing? It's Alan here with Walden Story, bringing you the best travel photography experiences and inspiration from around the world. So, this lens I have waited ages for. So the Canon RF 16mm f2.8 is just, I mean, in the hand it is just fantastic. I've got a 50mm f 1.8, and as you can see they are identical. So the Canon 16mm f2.8 lens is a lens I've been waiting for my Canon EOS RP for a long time. Compact, wide angle, f2.8 aperture at a great price. The one concern that I have is whether the focus motor noise would be too much on a relatively cheap, inexpensive lens. For example, I've got the Canon RF 50mm f1.8, and this lens, it's not the noisiest lens, but for video you can hear an audible chatter from the lens as it focuses in and out. So that's what we're going to do today. I've got the Canon RF 14-35 f4 on the lens right now. Fantastic lens, but really expensive. So I'm wondering if this 16mm from Canon will be perfect for my needs with travel, kind of vlogging and videos. So let's swap this over onto the Canon EOS RP and we'll get an idea of what the focus motor noise sounds on the 16mm f2.8. So we've switched over to the Canon RF 16mm f2.8 lens. It's now on the Canon EOS RP. There is no external audio connected to the camera. This is all internal audio you're listening to now. The camera is actually extremely close to me. I've had to prop it up on a box just to kind of get it a bit closer to me. So let's do the autofocus test. So I've got the Canon RF 50mm f1.8 and we're just going to see if we can hear any focus motor noise. So externally I can hear a very faint focus motor noise. It's not so much of a chatter. It's very faint. I can just about kind of hear it. I have to say I'm very impressed with this lens. It'll be interesting to see what it sounds like internally, because obviously it'll pick up more of the focus motor noise. So we're now going to switch over to an external hot shoe microphone. I'm going to use the Sennheiser MKE 400 Mark II. So we're going to put that on the camera and see what that sounds like. So now we've switched over to the Sennheiser MKE 400 shotgun microphone. I've taken off the dead cat and we're just going to do the same test again. And so our final test will be with the Rode Wireless Go to see what that sounds like on top of the camera. Okay, here we are back onto the Rode Wireless Go system. I would expect this to be quite good because the microphone's actually attached to me and not on the camera. But let's give it a go. Well, that was interesting. So definitely the first one with just the internal microphone, you could hear the lens chatter, which you couldn't hear externally, but you could hear it inside the camera. And obviously the motor noise was quite evident. The second one, the shotgun mic, much better, but again, you could still hear the noise. And of course, the third one with the Rode Wireless Go system was obviously much better, although you could still pick up a little bit of the motor noise from the microphone, which is here. The camera is literally about an arm's length, so it did pick it up. In fact, it did actually even pick up some road noise. So definitely having some sort of external audio source will massively improve the quality. But I have to say, externally, I can barely hear it. It'll be interesting to see what this will be like in kind of like a real world vlogging test. I would imagine out and about on the street with all the other environmental noises, it probably won't pick it up at all. Certainly from some of the videos I've seen online, I don't think that it's going to be too much of a problem. You got to bear in mind as well that I had the 50mm lens and I was putting it right up against the 16mm, right up close to it. So I was making it work hard to go from like probably its furthest reaches of its focal length or range. So whereas when you're out and about and you're just holding it, talking and stuff, I don't think it's going to be having to work that hard. So I have to say, overall, at the moment, I'm very impressed with it. I've had some previous Canon EF lenses which just made an awful noise. I mean, were completely unusable even with a shotgun mic on top. So this is going to be really interesting. Hi there, so I've just come out really quickly just to test out the focus motor noise in a real world kind of vlogging scenario. So I'm out here for a quick walk by the cliff. I've got the Sennheiser MKE 400 with the deck cat on top. And so as I say, this is out and about just holding it normally arm's length. I haven't particularly got the longest of arms. But let's just see, if I bring it in closer to me, if we can hear the motor noise. I think the reality is when you're out and about like this, you're going to be holding it at the same distance, so it's not going to be working hard to focus close, far away, close, far away. So I don't think you're going to hear any noise, or at least I hope not. We'll soon find out once we take it back inside and have a look. But anyway, back into the studio. So I'm going to have loads more new videos coming out soon. I'm starting a new travel photography series, but we'll get into that in another video. For now, you know the drill. Like if you have, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next video.